Okay, welcome back to Old Time Garage. It's Thursday night, and January is almost over, thank God. And yes, Jordan, Brandon, whatever your name is. Yeah, it's Brandon, I got you. Anyway, you saw your first debut of your video with your truck on it. I apologize for all the fuck-ups, your name and the date and the motor and all that stuff. It was a long week that week. But anyway, we got something done. You saw your truck, and yes, his name's Brandon. It's a 70 Chev pickup. And it is a 454 big block. Now on to what's going on here this week at Old Time Garage. So anyway, some of you guys wrote to me and you're asking me about doing some how-to videos. You want to see stuff. Maybe you want to see welding. Maybe you want to see some tips on body work. Maybe you want to see mechanical. I mean, we do it all here, so I can show you some stuff. That's all cool. I apologize. I haven't showed you too much there. I've basically been just showing you what's going on around here around the shop, which is pretty awesome too, I guess. Anyway, or at least I think it is, or maybe I'm being an asshole. Anyway, no. Anyway, no, I'm going to show you some how-tos. You have to bear with me. Wait, if you just hang on a little while longer, maybe another month or so until I start working on some of my own stuff. I don't feel right showing you how-tos on customer cars, only for the fact that, say I go to put a patch in a customer's door, and say that patch is going to take me an hour to do, like cut and weld, blast, whatever, and make the patch up, and it's going to take an hour to do. Well, if I go to videotape all that, and I'm doing the how-to videotape, I might spend another half hour to an hour taping that. And at the end of the day, my customers watch these videos, and I don't want them looking at it and saying, okay, well, that's great, my car's in the video, but now you're taking extra how long to make a video to show people how to do this, and I'm the one paying for it. So, you know, I don't want to lose my customers. My customers, at the end of the day, I'm sorry guys, it is about showing you these videos and that, but it's about my customers and my clientele, and it's about my business. My business is what keeps me going, and I've worked hard at this business for a long time, and I never thought I'd get at the place I'm at today. I never ever thought I'd get there, and Old Time Garage is just fucking skyrocketing, man. I mean, it's just, we just had some guys down here just recently from the movie sets, actually. And no, I'm not going to be in the movies, but anyway, you never know. We might be helping those boys out a bit. So yeah, we're getting up there now. So the thing is when I work on my own cars, I'll show you some stuff. I'll show you what's going on. I'll show you some how-tos. I'll be sure to do this for certain. I can't do it of customer stuff only because, like I say, I just don't feel right doing videotapes and showing you how to on a customer's car. All I can do is show you before and after, and hopefully I don't lose any of you viewers. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. But if it makes you feel any better, I own 8 cars, yes, 8 vehicles, and only 4 of them are insured, or only 4 are insured and drivable. The other 4 aren't. And I'm going to be starting on my 58 Ford 2-door post here really quick. And so that's going to be coming along. So we're going to be doing some body work. We are going to do a little bit of welding on it, and there'll be tons of mechanical on that. So I will show you some how-tos. I will show you some tricks. I'm not afraid to show you some of my secrets because, fuck, I can't take them with me. I may as well show you. Some of these guys have secrets and they never want to show anyone anything. But in my case, what the hell? You know, if I can teach you one trick and it gets you out there and you get to show someone else and you like it, that's awesome. So anyway, let me get my fat hand wrapped around this camera. It's going to fuck up here for a second now, so get prepared because I'm not ready, and I'll just show you what went on this week at OTG. Okay, hang on. Okay, so here we go. Here's our 57 GMC pickup. And Tim, if you're out there watching, there you go. So the truck, we're ready to rock and roll here with the cab. She's ready to be painted. She is all, let me get around here. The cab is completely, it's been sanded, it's finished off. We finished it off in 400 grit. You can't even tell. It's very hard for you guys. You're not going to, well, there's dust on here, but anyway, you're not going to tell. We've painted all the edges. And this, obviously, the outside's getting painted. So we'll back tape all this so we don't get a ridge or a line here. We don't want to have any of that kind of bullshit going on. We'll kind of, you know, we'll run our tape down low, and then whatever ridge we get there, we'll just wet sand it out. Okay? So now for wet sanding, you know, you never really want to go below like 1200 in my opinion, but we're usually 1500 to 2000 grit when we're wet sanding. And then we hit it with a polisher, with a good polish and a compound. Okay, so we did all the doors. The customer, let me get the door open here. Oh, I'm tripping on the airline. There's our doors. We painted our doors. We painted the doors in-house. This truck, we are not going to be painting this one ourselves. I'm going to send it off to the painter that I use. I've got a couple different painters I use. This one is going to be sent off to one of my painters. Sometimes we paint the odd vehicle here, but not this one. You know, we want to do a really good job, so we want to make sure there's absolutely no dust in it. You can see down below, it is dusty. This is just dust, trust me. But we did put the texture spray back on here with a black satin paint over top. All the jambs are painted. We repainted the dash. We only did the lower part of the dash, like in here. This is a darker gray up here, and the customer was not getting that carried away with it, so we only did the lower part. So it's all done. Dash is all painted. I'll do some nice slower shots just in case there's any of you guys out there with a 57 GMC. Let's get some nice shots in here for you. Now keep in mind, this is just a nice summertime daily driver for this guy. So this is not like a 100%, you know, show truck, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, I mean, here let's see how the doors close. Here, this is kind of hard for me taping this shit here and seeing how the doors close, but let's give it a whirl. First click, second click. Now you're probably laughing at that, but you know what? That's pretty damn good because it's got all brand new door rubbers on it and all that kind of bullshit, and them doors are closing good. Now what I mean here by this is not a 100% show truck is he could take it to a car show all day long. It's going to look beautiful. But, you know, if you're building like that pristine one-off, you want it absolutely perfect, what you would do then is you would start getting fussy within here with the gaps. Now what we do is we get the gaps. If you can see here, the body line is all lining up nicely. Everything's lining up really nice here. But you have to remember that back in the 50s, 30s, 40s, whatever year these old trucks, you know, when these old trucks, the gaps were not perfect. They were just, the trucks back then were a farm vehicle or hauling. They were a work vehicle. You know what I mean? A car was a nice one. A truck was a work vehicle. So if you wanted to get really fussy and make it a show truck, let's see here. Okay, we got this gap looking like this. Now let's walk around the other side here because we're not afraid to show you shit here at Old Time Garage. Let's take a look at this. Well, it almost looks the same. Anyway, this gap is slightly different than the other one. Now, if the guy was building that Trailer Queen $100,000, oh my God, show it off kind of vehicle, he would want those gaps fixed. Now, we've adjusted these doors the best we can adjust them with what the factory will allow us to adjust it with the hinges and the striker plates inside. Now, if you want to get it even better, what happens is, let's say that this gap is adjusted the best we can get it running down here. And let's say we adjust the other door the best we can get it. But let's say there's a difference between this door and that door, which I don't get because you can only see one fucking side at a time anyway, but some people are anal assholes and they're building these Trailer Queen shit boxes. I shouldn't say that because I build them for people sometimes, so hey, sorry guys. Anyway, sometimes people are super anal about stuff like that. So how you would fix it is you would either weld a piece onto, you know, you could weld a piece all the way along down onto the door and then do the bodywork over it, or weld onto the cab itself. And that is what people do. And you know, when they're building the absolute Trailer Queen stuff. Now, what the problem with that though is, the problem in my opinion, and we have done it here for people, the problem is that when it's all done and over with, if that vehicle was to ever get into an accident and you had to replace a door, well, you've added some metal to that door. So whoever has to do the collision repair on that vehicle, they're going to go find they're either going to buy an aftermarket door or they're going to buy an old door, like an NOS door somewhere that they find, and it's never going to fit the same as the door that we had on there because, you know, we've changed it, we've altered it, correct? So, you know, that's one of the tricks. I mean, you can only line things up so well. They're only going to work so well. And realistically, gaps in lines are pretty damn close. They're never out that much from the factory anyway. I mean, well, some vehicles are, but they're not out that much. But I'm just saying that some people are super anal. Like some people, this is the fact. This cowl piece here does not come off. It's on there. It's part of the cab. And some people will be like, well, this gap along the fender, I want it exactly the same on the other side. And sometimes no matter what you do, you can't get that gap the same without maybe getting in there and doing a little welding, doing a little playing around. Sometimes that's just how it is, you know. So that is how you get them, I guess, dead on perfect if you want to go that route. So, but yeah, there's a little, I'm just rambling on here. Here, we'll take a look what he's got underneath here if you guys haven't seen it. It's kind of dirty right now. So he's got a 350 4-bolt main. He's got his fancy, how the hell do I zoom in here? I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, he's got his, you can't really see that, can you? He's got his fancy Edelbrock, there you go, he's got his fancy Edelbrock heads down on there, and stuff like that, you know. I think he's got flat top pistons and all that. It's close to a 350 with 400 horse, and trust me, you know, everyone says, oh, I got a 350 of this much horse, or I got a 283 of this much horse. Trust me, this truck has got the power, because I've driven this truck, and holy man, you go down the road doing 40 miles an hour, not kilometers, 40, and you hit this sucker, and the thing almost goes right sideways on you. Like, it's just out of control, this truck. So it may not look like much, but it goes, you know, it's got the power there. So yeah, so that's what he's got in there. He's put a clip in here. You can't really see it. He's put a clip. So he's got disc brakes on it. I believe it's a newer clip. What it's off of, it's off some vehicle in the 70s, I believe, a Chevy pickup or something. It just bolted right in there for him. So that allowed him to have disc brakes, and he got her down nice and low. You can see how low that sucker is. I mean, you know, that truck is sitting really low. So there we go. But that's about it. I thought I'd do a quick video. We're sending this off. It's going to the painter tomorrow. We're going to get her back next week. I'm basically going to take it to the painter tomorrow just so I can get it out of my shop. I need the room. I got a bunch of jobs on the road. It's or on the go. It's just going crazy. And our little Chevelle is still sitting here. Oops, we're stepping on stuff. Our Chevelle is still sitting up on the hoist. We just finished doing the texture spray up inside of this wheel tub. Our wheel well, whatever you want to call it. We did our texture spray. Now what this is a texture spray, which I've explained to you before. It's a paintable texture spray. I'm not an undercoating fan. I hate undercoating. You know, undercoating is just, anyway. The reason I hate undercoating is it's thick, it's tarry. You put it underneath the vehicle, and if it's got a little pinhole or an air gap or something somewhere, the water gets in behind there. What have you done? Now you've trapped the water in behind it. This is a texture spray. Some vehicles, we would flip them right over, and we would blast the whole vehicle, and believe it or not, we'd do the body work and paint it the same color the vehicle is going to be on the outside, because some people are that carried away. That's what they want done. But most guys, like I say, that I work for are the blue-collar working class guys, and they just want a nice clean vehicle because they're going to drive the bloody thing. They're going to spend this kind of money. Well, guess what? They're going to drive it, and good on them. Because that's what the hell you should do. You spend that kind of money, I don't care if it's $20,000, I don't care if it's $100,000, I don't give a fuck if it's $500,000. You spend that kind of money, get out and enjoy it. Drive it. Drive it, man. Because you know what? It's going to outlive you. So get out there and drive the snot out of it and let the next guy worry about restoring it again. What the hell do you spend your money into it for if you're just going to churl it around everywhere? But with that being said, I can't pick on these guys because some guys are just into going to car shows and winning trophies. And if that's your thing, hey, good on you, right on. But anyway, so we got the texture spray on here, and the reason I use this stuff is what I like to do, and I've said it in past videos, I like to, after it's all done, now that we're working on the car and we're primering the body up, I don't care if I get any overspray of the primer underneath here, because right before I'm ready to bolt the car back on the frame, I will go ahead and I will spray this whole car underneath with a satin black paint. And what that will allow it to do is the texture spray is a little bit rough feeling, but it's not thick like undercoating. Like you can easily get it off of there, like sand it off. But the nice thing is that if you spray it with some black paint, with the gun, you don't have to give it a lot, just a couple coats of nice satin black, or maybe you want gloss black, I don't know what you want, but whatever paint you decide, like black or satin, you know, satin or gloss black under there, if you put it on there, if you ever want to put it up on the hoist in a buddy's shop, or if you ever want to jack it up in your driveway and you want to get under there because, you know, you want to wash it up and clean it, you can. It'll come out nice and clean. You get under there with a bucket of soap and water and wash it up, and it'll come out just beautiful. And you know, and it's a durable thing. In my opinion, it's nicer than undercoating. And anywhere that you've done some welds, you know, some little welds and stuff like that, because it is a texture spray, it's not as thick as undercoating, but it'll hide those little areas where you've done the welds. You know, it'll kind of cover it up and make it look neat and tidy. And you know, and that's what you want. You know, people just want a nice, clean, neat car. If they break down the side of the road, they want to be able to fix it, you know, and not get all greasy. But remember, if you're getting old-time garage to build it, you shouldn't be breaking down the side of the road. Just being a smart ass now. Anyway, so let's turn this thing around. Here we go. So anyway, okay. I think I'm going to call it a night. What time is it? It's 6:45. So I'm going to call it a night, and January's almost over. Thank God. pretty soon we can get out there and get our cars insured. Actually, I just insured my little 52 Chev hardtop. It's on the road. I'm driving it. What the hell? Why not? You know, I mean, you got to drive the piss out of these vehicles, right? You got to have fun with them. I don't give a shit if it's raining or snowing or whatever the hell. February's here, man. I'm driving my car. That's all there is to it. So anyway, thanks again, all you guys. I will definitely get some how-to videos out there for you. I promise. Bear with me. They're coming soon. And that's it. So, yeah. Till next time, we'll see you later. Okay. See ya.